Let's talk about books, Jody. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the weird things and the good things that we read. Let's talk about books.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent Book Club. Today we have Shelly and Jordan and myself in the house, the big
Whoop,
ass
whoop.
readers. Oh,
We're like 3 outside dogs.
by the way, I've had a margarita, so
I told you, Jordan.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
So this is gonna get real fun.
Yeah, spice it up, baby.
All right, before we start, what have y'all been up to? What's going on? Oh, Jordan, we loved the Cupid Undies run. Everybody was amazing. Did you hear how much they earned?
Last I saw, they were up to 108,000.
$108,000.
That's so awesome. I'm so excited for y'all. That
Oh my God.
was great.
Becca was there, Mira. I mean, I saw stuff I didn't know I was gonna see.
Yes.
I love everybody to like wave their feet, freak fly, and do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Not hurting anyone, but I was like, oh, okay. Next year. It was fun. I had a blast.
Good.
Yeah.
Becca was a sweetheart. We went to Taquero Mucho, which is a great restaurant, really great tacos, really great margaritas. It was margarita day, and we had a blast. And that guy and Peyton came to have brunch with us. She had to skedaddle, but Becca was such a sweet. She had the giant these fake undies that she had painted beautifully about the Cuban rent and undies run, and it was really great. I was like, oh my gosh, everybody loves you, Jordan. We love you.
No, y'all are so awesome. I'm so glad y'all
Awesome.
did that. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, what a great event. And then it was posted on another acquaintance's Facebook page, and I was like, "How do you know about Cupid Undies?" I was like, and she has a loved one that does, and it's
NF. Okay.
Yes, yes.
so
It's so much
Yeah.
more prevalent than people realize.
I know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back next year. I loved it.
Good.
Anyway, so okay. So, anything else? What else have y'all been up to? Shelly just got back to Florida. From Florida, did you steal any Disney memorabilia?
No, no,
I know Jody wanted to wear it.
no, thanks.
What assignment you have?
I know. Sorry. I think they have a solid inventory. Like if anything was moved, they would know. No, like they have things locked up so nobody can touch their CDs or DVDs, and yeah, it's like okay. And I wanted to move it around, but it was locked. I think they know that I'm such a prankster. They're like, but my mother-in-law kept saying, "We didn't do this because you're here."
Oh, I definitely did it because you're there.
Exactly. And so it's like, okay, whatever.
Another
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you're back. Glad that your family's back and you didn't get eaten by like an alligator or something.
Oh my gosh. So I'm driving, to and from Florida, and I was like, how do we market to all these truck drivers? How do we
Yes.
how do we get all these truck drivers listening to our podcast? So I'm like digging deep on that, and it's like, I mean, they have all day
Right.
to listen to podcasts.
Right.
And
I mean, they're going eastbound and down,
yeah. Yeah. I always mess up the second verse. I was there for it, but I was like, loading up and trucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you even know that, Jordan?
I do. That's why I was trying to remember if I knew any of the other words outside. Eastbound, down, loaded up and and no,
They're gonna say there's
something can be done. Hey, we got it. Nailed it.
So let's tag truck drivers on all of our keywords for the rest of our podcast.
As soon as I meet one, I'm on it.
Yeah, we definitely need to. If anybody is a long hauler, we would love to interview you. Let's do it. I noticed that because I've been deep diving this. there's a women in truck driving convention, and I'm like in Dallas this year, and I'm like,
Wait,
I
you can go
mean,
set up a table there.
I know, I'm like,
We should.
hey, ladies, are any of y'all single? Do y'all want to come on the pod? Anyway, I'm gonna lean into that because they have all day to listen to a podcast. Hey, y'all. Also, I know this is gonna air after, but we hit 5,000 listeners. Yeah, maybe in March we can get all the way up to 10,000.
Hey, we got
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not even the end of
Let's
February yet.
double it. Double
Yeah, we're coming for you, Joe Rogan. We're coming for you.
it. Gosh.
Okay, let's talk about. Well, before we talk about books,
That I didn't hear what Jordan did this week. I knew you went to
Oh,
Florida. I
yeah.
went to the Undies. What did you do, Jordan? I know you've been so busy.
I produced my first lacrosse game. Yeah, so it was fun. It went well. I got good feedback, and so that was awesome. It felt good. I wasn't super overwhelmed or anything, so it was great. But yeah,
Oh,
Jordan, with you producing, why? When I put you into IMDb, that was the first time you were in IMDb.
because ESPN doesn't normally do it for
Okay.
like people that aren't on air. So that I wouldn't have been on there for anything ESPN wise because
Okay.
normally it's just like on air talent that's on there.
Well, you can put now. You have your own page on IMDb.
I gotta go check that out now.
Yeah, and so you can put everything you're producing, and just so people know when they're looking for producers.
Yeah, I gotta go.
yeah.
I kind of forgot
Great.
that you did IMDb.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a low hanging fruit.
And let me tell you, Jordan, I've never been on social media at all. And now I'm like, okay, here I am in social media. And then when I lost TikTok, I got on Instagram, but only because, and then TikTok came back and I'm like, dang it. And now people are like, why aren't you responding to my Instagram? And I'm like, oh, really?
I don't want to be here. No,
Yeah.
y'all know I'm a straight Instagram person. Like I'm never on TikTok. I'm always on Instagram. So that's why I'm like, if you share it with me on Instagram, I'll see it immediately.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to tell you, the new TikTok, not as good as the old TikTok.
It's the same.
It's not as good as TikTok, the old TikTok. But I didn't want to go on Red Note.
I do have an announcement.
Yes.
We have hired a marketing person, Ella, and so she is setting up all our social media pages. So Jody, you can get off of Instagram now.
Well, but now people are like, oh, finally, I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway,
Just one more thing.
guys, I have to tell you something beautiful that happened today. I'm gonna cry.
Go.
I'm gonna do my ugly social cry.
You had a margarita?
Well, that too. Like, I cried at school today because I've been working with this one kid since about first or second grade. He's had a lot of like reading difficulties and learning difficulties, and but he's a sweetheart. He was placed in my unit not because of during COVID he did some behaviors on when they were doing cameras and stuff, but it was more like that not big bad horrible behaviors. But anyway, he ended up in my unit and I've loved him, and he was the reason why I stayed an extra year because I was gonna leave last year. Anyway, so today, and he's an African American kid, and there aren't a lot of African American kids in our school, but today, we had an African American author come in. She's an immigrant from Ghana, Africa, and I'm gonna get her information so that we can interview her. She was beautiful. We had like 2 different assemblies. One was for pre-K through second, and then we had third through fifth because we can't all fit in the cafeteria. But at one point, the teachers had to pick different volunteers to go up, and my guy got picked to go up because she was showing them, like, in Ghana, if you carry really heavy things, you have to wear it on your head. And then he had to race his teacher to go from, like, with things on his head in a big basket from one area to the next. Anyway, the whole school was chanting his name, and I just started bawling.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Everybody should have their name chanted at some point.
Yeah.
Have Katie Pena getting chanted.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, I'm like, oh. And he just was beaming. And then at the end of the day, I said, "How did today feel?" And he goes, "It's the best day. It was the best day."
Oh,
I'm
that's
serious.
oh, that's so sweet.
Oh my gosh, I love
And it's
that.
good. It took me years to get him to learn the alphabet, to learn the sounds. I mean, it's his hard work, but he's reading now. He's doing his math. I'm just like blown away. I just love him so much. He's the reason I stayed. That kid right now. Sorry.
Oh, but that's perfect. It was all meant to play out how it played out because you
Yeah.
stayed for this extra year. Oh,
I know. It's like a big win, you know. So
Yeah.
ah,
Wow.
love it.
And Jody's not the crier.
Recently, yes, but not usually. Anyway.
She sees the end of her.
I just had to share it with you guys.
Thank you.
oh, that
I
made me
I
happy.
I want
Yeah.
everybody to have those wins. I'm like,
I know.
like, come on, give everybody a win. Give everybody, yeah. We just need to start chanting people's names because
I
it makes you all
Whenever-
so
yes.
good. When Casey comes on, let's be like, Casey.
Hey,
Casey.
oh, we got it. Yes, nailed it.
Yeah. Easy to do. Easy to do.
Awesome.
Anyway, all right. So, Jordan, what did
No,
you think?
let me go first. Let me go first.
Oh, Shelly, you go.
Because I'm fast and I want Jordan to have time to talk about her sexy books. So I just want to shout out. We had Laurel on a couple of weeks ago, and she mentioned the Wild Beauty movie, and I listened to it. I watched it, and it is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking and disgusting what is happening. And I know things like that happen all over the world, and we're down for it. We want to hear these stories and be aware of them and share them. Adrian watched it with me, and we were both just in tears. Seeing what was happening to the horses. It's just devastating. I can't even believe that this is justified in any shape or form. And I've reached out to the director and hopefully we can get her on to give us an update and talk about what has happened. But highly recommend. It's an hour and a half, you guys. It's called Wild Beauty, and it's talking about the wild horses and that live on government land. And they came up with a policy that is absurd about how many horses should be grazing in an area, and they're replacing them with cattle. And the ranchers that are that have these cows, I mean, they are making out like bandits. They're making out like bandits on our land. They are getting huge discounts to raise cattle, and it just legitimately. I don't typically eat red meat, but it really made me not want to eat red meat. Like, I don't want to support that. I mean, I'm going to still have a steak.
Right, but
from time to time, but I'm not gonna like
But what about Austin Cattle Company, Shelly? What are you gonna do?
I will have steak. I'm just not gonna have red meat every week. I'm just gonna dial back on it. Dial back on it. And so it's just gonna be meaningful instead of constant. And we grew up, we always had cattle, and we always had hamburger meat and cuts of cows and stuff.
Hamburger helper.
Like a first date with Robert Kroll. And so anyway, highly recommend it. I'm going to keep talking about this because I really want to press it. Okay, my book this week, highly recommended. This author is constantly writing phenomenal books. Give it It's William Kent Krueger. Have you read any of his books, Jordan? All
Not
of his
that I
books,
remember.
yeah, all of his books are really good. This one is called Ordinary Grace, and it's slow. It had a, I put it down a couple of times, which I usually don't. But then it had a slow build up, and then stick with it. Stick with it. It's a slow build up, but the story is fantastic. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's just a family growing up after a tragedy, and how everybody handled the tragedy, and how the family, struggled to stay together, and then they worked through it, and that's where the grace comes in. And so, and I love any talk about grace. And so anyway, I highly recommend it. I found it very enjoyable. It's just a slow start. Okay, Jody, what did you read?
Okay. I read 3 books. What? How is that even possible? All right.
Welcome to the nerd club.
I know. I read so I read a Reese Witherspoon book. I have not done that before. I read The Cactus. The Cactus is about a I don't know how to explain it. So it's written by Sarah Haywood, and it's really about like somebody just kind of figuring themselves out, who is a prickly pear kind of person, that type of person, you know who you are out there. She likes her life predictable and orderly, and then it just is thrown in a completely different direction, and she has to learn how to live in her life of like a little more chaos. And then, you'll see what happens at the end. I mean, but I will say, when you were saying slow build up, this one had a slow build up. I was like, okay, I get it. You're a prickly pear, whatever. And then I kind of, at the end, it just really turned into this beautiful self-discovery book that I thought was really sweet. And, also I love cacti.
I love cacti.
Did you read the book? Did you read the book because it's named?
Well, I haven't really tried a Reese Witherspoon book. I've done the Oprah book.
Highly recommend.
And you're saying, is this Reese's book club?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't write it, but okay. Then I went off a weird direction, and I read this book that I was like, I thought it was going to be more about Native Americans' relationship with the buffalo. And I wrote, our friend, Mijo, and I said, hey, because you're a big, hunter, you might like this book. And then he said,
excuse me, I only read 1 book a year.
What's I was trying? I was like, does Adam Mijo, excuse me, read? Like, I know that he is able to read, but I didn't know if he read for pleasure.
Okay. And by the way, I'm going to tell you, Jordan, that's a rude question to ask people, because somebody asked me that once.
Can you read?
No, I asked her, do you even read?
That's better than I forget who in left field. I literally asked someone, do you know how to read? I think someone said it to Langley.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, sometimes when you're really busy, sometimes reading, like, it was a lot of effort. So I wasn't reading as much as I am now, but for sure. But The American Buffalo, it's In Search of the Lost Icon. Anyway, it's by Rinella. And I'm going to tell you, I thought it was going to be about the relationship with Native Americans and the buffalo. And it does go into that quite a bit. But it's basically this guy just, his love for buffalo and how he hunts them. And then it goes into great detail about when he's in Yellowstone, he's got to pass to hunt, and then it goes into a lot of detail about how to get the meat out of the buffalo. I don't know. I just was like, oh, I'm literally, wow, this is a lot. But it's well written. This guy is obviously an avid hunter. And so that's why I sent it to Adam, because I thought, oh, well, he might enjoy that. But I'm sorry, Mijo. And then I don't know. It was definitely off my track. I'm trying to read. I want to start reading a little more different cultural books and try to figure out other
Not just how
not just murder.
not just murder. How to avoid getting catfished, how to avoid being scammed.
Well, those things are very interesting to me. And then, I was like, I definitely was like, okay, that was a little much for me with the buffalo. So then I read The Other Woman, a novel by Sandie Jones. And this one was my favorite book of the three. It was very good. It's like, it took me down a lot of, I kind of started figuring it out, like what's happening. It is very, very good. It's basically a very bad relationship, and you'll have to figure out when you read it. Is it a bad relationship with the fiance? Is it a bad relationship with the mom? Is it a bad relationship with the brother? You will have to figure out what it is. I don't want to give it away. It's really good. So I highly recommend that book. I don't know if you want to hear about getting a buffalo gutted. It was...
But The Other Woman, I've seen that, and that feels like a very good endorsement if you couldn't just figure it out right away.
Yeah. That wasn't predictable.
Because I know you're very good at that.
She's a Pisces.
I was like, oh.
Which, y'all, we don't need to get on this tangent right now, but I realized we never did my horoscope.
I know.
And so until, I don't remember who's coming up that is a Gemini, but I was like, we have no Geminis on this dang podcast.
I mean, Vincent's a Gemini.
Vincent, that's what it is. I was listening to Vincent, and I was like, this is the first Gemini we've had, besides me, but we didn't go over it.
That's true. Because you were our guinea pig. You were our first D.
We'll definitely go back. We'll go back. But who's your Gemini? Who do you recognize?
I don't remember who all the Gemini people, and you just named them off, or I listened to it earlier today, but I don't remember who all the Gemini people are.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're Angelina Jolie, Tom Holland, Marilyn Monroe.
Your boyfriend. Your boyfriend.
Tom Holland. Aww.
Oh. Natalie Portman, Naomi Campbell, and Laverne Cox, and Idina Menzel. So
Idina Menzel. 100% Idina Menzel.
Really?
That's she's who played Elphaba in the original Wicked. She's the voice for Elsa in Frozen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love
her.
Wow, that is like that's like your spirit animal.
Nice.
Wow. Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, when we take this on the road and do variety shows, Jordan, you're gonna have to quit ESPN.
No. Dude, listen to this. It totally fits you.
Oh boy.
Charismatic.
Yes.
Uses humor as a crutch. Could talk to a brick wall.
Yep.
Uses arguments as flirting. Knows a little about everything. Boom. Mic drop. That's you.
Wow. That really, okay. Okay. Nice.
Sandie,
my daughter,
you need to lean in on your zodiac sign.
my
you got it.
Cameron is a Gemini, and she was one time in a patient's room, and the lady said, well, what is your sign? And she said a Gemini. She goes, you need to leave.
What?
Because Geminis have a twin,
right,
like a yin and a yang, a twin kind of, like a good cop, bad cop. I don't know.
Right. Little good and evil on your shoulder. Yeah.
Definitely.
I've definitely heard that kind of little bit of wild card.
Wild card.
You need to find like a Gemini group to hang out with.
Are we allowed,
Oh,
are we
yeah.
allowed to all hang out together?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Waste it. No.
I love me some fellow Virgos. I'd lean in on them.
Well, yeah, because y'all just want to get your calendars out and like start planning crap. All right. Geminis are most compatible with other air signs, Libra and Aquarius, and fire signs, Aries and Leo.
Okay.
You're less compatible with me and Capricorn, Pisces and Capricorn. I'm sorry,
Oh.
but I feel like we're compatible.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
we're good.
I don't think
What do
that's
they know
valid.
anyway?
That's
Yeah.
I don't agree with all of it.
Right?
Just the parts that I like.
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. I love that.
Okay,
All right.
tell us about your sexy books, Jordan.
Can I start with the not sexy ones?
Yummy.
I went ahead and collected like the best ones that I've read since the last time I was on here. And the first one, Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Have y'all heard of that?
I have heard of it.
But I'm waiting for it. I'm so excited.
That's the one that I think when we had Ashley Manley on, she said one friend loved it and one friend hated it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was a page turner. I read it in a day. I want Jody to read it because I want to see, like, as you're reading through it, if you figure it out, because I did not. And
Okay, I'll read
pretty
it.
good at that. Yeah. But I still don't know exactly how, like, the ending, it was one of those, like, I closed the book and I just sat there and, like, contemplated it for 5 minutes. I was reading it on an airplane and I just shut it and I just, like, sat there and just, I mean, like, wow. What did I just read? Like,
Yes.
that was a really good one.
I love that that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then This Is True by Lisa Jewell was great. It was a fun one. It took a while to get into it for me, but then I read it pretty quickly. And then We Used to Live Here.
Okay.
Marcus Kliewer. That one, all I wrote down on my notes for that was mindfuck.
Okay.
Like, it's a kind of a mystery, but you get to the end of it. You get to the end of it, and unlike Beautiful Ugly, where I was kind of like, wow, I got to the end of this one and I was like frustrated.
Wait, did I read this?
So the premise is a couple moves into a house that they're going to renovate, that they're going to flip, and then a family of 5 shows up at the door saying, like, oh, the dad says, oh, I used to live here.
No, I haven't read it.
It kind of takes you through, like, they get snowed in at some point, so the family.
Oh God,
right? And
this sounds terrible.
Isn't this a movie?
I don't know. Is it? Is it going to be? It might be about to be made into a movie, which might be why it kind of came up for me. I don't know.
It's a planned Netflix movie starring Blake Lively, based on
I'm
a
in
read
then.
and popular novella by Marcus. After a couple who encounters a strange. Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, well, I'm in then because I love Blake Lively already. But
Yes.
like, I would watch it just to see how they translate it. But it was one of those, like, I got to the end of the book and I was just like, what is going on?
Okay.
So yeah, there's that one. Just prepare yourself if you're going to read that one. And then the one I just finished, before I get to the biggest book, because this is one that I love, that I loved. It was recommended for my wine club book club, or wine bar book club, The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon.
It's so good.
Okay.
So good.
Oh my God, I love this book. So like, it's one of those, like, I'm still thinking about it a few days later. I'm like, it might be like one of my favorite books that I've ever read.
Nice.
It was so, like, the characters were awesome. I liked all the characters. That was a great one.
I feel like it's one that you can read again and again.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I would reread it just because it was enjoyable and it's not too long and it moves. Like, it was a good one.
And Jordan, and the audio's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have, like, a couple Audible credits, actually, now that you mentioned that. So good to know.
Well, there's this thing called Public Library.
I know I do have it. I had Audible. I have them, like, banked because I forgot to cancel Audible once.
Yeah.
So I need to use those. But I'm on Libby.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Luckily, the Charlotte Public Library is really awesome with all
I
the
bet.
stuff. Okay, so this is the one. It's Onyx Storm, which is the third book in the Empyrean series. It is, fantasy, dragons. They go to a war college. It's a huge book. I read it in 2 days. I was up at midnight trying to order it. Like, it's an incredible book. But it was funny because Shelly said, did you read the sexy book that everyone's read? And I was like, I need you to be more specific because there are a lot of sexy books out there and I've read quite a few of them.
Let's get it on. I got
Right. Be specific. Be specific about which sexy book you're talking about.
Well, the most recent one I read was it's Deceit, which it's I think a trio of books. I don't think I would recommend it to anyone per se. But I read it. It's all over Instagram. It's all like dark romance Instagram, which I come across my For You page all the time. So I read it and don't really recommend it for anyone. But Onyx Storm is the best clip notes I can give you. Is it's the first 2 books, they're building this up. Towards the end of the first book, you find out there's this whole enemy out there that no one had known about. Second book is kind of like, how are we going to fight them? A little bit interaction. This book is like a ton of action. It's great. The second book, a lot of people had a hard time getting through because the 2 main characters are bad communicators. But
Shelly.
But yes, so Onyx Storm, the reason it's known as a sexy book is because the first one is first and second one are very sexy. This one, not quite so much, because it's more action heavy.
Because you can only have so much sex.
Well, I think that's the thing. Is it kind of like there was so much in the first and the second book, and people are kind of like
they're tired. They're tired.
They're too
Their vaginas are blown out.
No, that's the Deceit book.
Guys.
But yeah, so there's still spice in it. It was still good. The main person you need to know is Xaden, also Shadow Daddy, Zaddy.
Shadow Daddy?
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, because they have what's called signets. Once they bond with the dragon, then they get to channel power from the dragon, and they all manifest out like their own individual powers. Ask your question. Go ahead. But oh god, no! It's like a mental, no. How they bond with the dragon? They send him out into the forest, and you have to like live, essentially. And a dragon chooses you as their rider, not anything weird.
Yeah, like Harry Potter. I mean, like where the dragons choose people.
Yes, it's not no hanky panky with the people and the dragons.
It's not like the people having sex with goats or anything.
Exactly.
It's not like
Oh my god. So they say if everybody thinks you had sex with the dragon, but you didn't, or if you had sex with the dragon,
Jody,
you choose.
Jody, can you change the question to that moving forward?
They're like, but do I get the powers after I
I get it. So back to that whole the beginning. What precipitated all that is he's called Shadow Daddy because his power is like he can control shadows and use them as weapons and whatnot. But that's probably who you're seeing all over everything because everyone loves it. I mean, I love Xaden. Everybody loves Xaden now. Although a guy that was kind of a secondary character, but one of the other main character, Violet's like friend group, Riddick. He's amazing in this book. He's so funny. He's like, Shelly, I think you would love him because he's like the kind of the comedic break.
Yeah.
In an otherwise like pretty heavy, like action heavy fantasy novel. But yeah, so that's that is Xaden is why it's sexy book all over sexy TikTok and Instagram and everything else.
If for us laymen's, if they were going to make a movie, and I'm sure they're in the plans, who would be Xaden? Who plays
Where did his
Xaden?
name just go? Hold on. I personally think. Do y'all know who Jacob Elordi is?
Hey, I did read The Fourth Wing.
You read Fourth Wing?
Yeah.
Did you like it, or was it too out there for you? Okay.
No, it was fun.
Okay, so Jacob Elordi, I don't know. I was thinking like, do you think like I don't know anything about the book? So
Yeah.
is he very is Zayden very cerebral?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Could be.
because Jacob looks a little Jacob Elordi looks very cerebral, very very
And
Yeah.
like I saw Jacob Elordi too. The first time that I saw him on screen was in the Zendaya. Hold on.
We can look up his IMDb.
It's I need to know what photo you saw too, because the beard, no, absolutely not.
oh, I just googled him, but was he was in
Saltburn, yeah. Which
he was the good-looking guy, the good-looking
In
one.
Saltburn, but
That movie.
since the first book, that's just who I've envisioned him as. 'Cause, like he's tall, ripped, like kind of dark and brooding.
Oh my gosh, he's 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I get that.
He's too young for us.
And he's
Come on.
27.
Yeah, he's more in Jordan's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Shelly,
I think he could throw her over his shoulder.
That is the goal.
Danes.
That was the goal. Make me feel dainty, Zayden.
I love that. Zayden.
I love it. Oh my gosh! So tell us about Deceit, that torn up vagina. What happened?
It's like this. I've read. Let's see. The best cliff notes I can give you. A rich girl, very well off, hoity-toity girl, moves back to the United States to go to college, but her college is a small university run by just a whole bunch of wealthy, essentially aristocrats. But then they end up it's like this secret society that runs the country. And she has an arranged marriage to one guy who's a dick, at least to start out with. And then
Who's the author on this Deceit? There's quite a few.
Is it Caitlin Taylor?
Yeah, it's Caitlin Taylor. So, like, I read it really quickly because it's just kind of one of those, like, I don't know that I would I would not recommend it to my mom, that's for sure. But she falls in love with the guy who's the swim coach at the university, which ends up being her fiance's uncle. And so they start dating, and then she also starts dating her fiance's best friend, and the two guys are okay with it. And then another guy comes in that's like in love with her, and so then there's three of them dating, and mind you, she still has a fiance.
Thruple.
And then she marries the fiance, so she's married, but she still has three boyfriends, and they're all just, together. And so they're all together, and like
Quadruple.
They all live in one house. And
Nice.
I think the reason I read it, because I was just kind of like, I've never read anything like this in my life. So
Like you're like, how do you juggle that much dick?
sounds exhausting.
You just pat him away. Oh my gosh, that sounds awful. And so are you gonna read the next one?
I downloaded all three, so
Okay.
probably at some point.
Right.
I
Get it,
mean,
get
I
it,
think
get
that,
it, get it.
yeah, I think that's, I mean, she's like, hit it. She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That would be a lot.
I think that's when we should present to Michelle Cole. I know she's read it.
I read what was the series she recommended? She recommended a series that
The Wolf Lodge.
Yeah,
Those are
binge-
so good.
binge read those.
Oh, yeah.
It took me to read all of them.
Yeah,
I didn't sleep for that whole week, but
yeah.
yes, those were good. I liked those. I'm trying to think now that we're on the subject, because like that is, I try to alternate. I try and alternate between either like a fantasy or, you know, like a sexy book and something not sexy, I guess. So I'm trying to think if there are any other like romance-y books that I just loved.
Wait, is it Wolf Lodge or Wolf Hotel series?
The Wolf
Hotel by Nina West or K.A. Tucker.
K. Tucker. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I read like the first 4 and then had to wait for the last one. And
Oh
was like,
no!
ah,
Oh
so good.
no! No, I
John's
had all
like-
of them all.
What am I gonna do with myself?
I know. I recommended those to Callie Dewan, and she was like, "What the hell are you sending me?" I was like, "You're welcome."
Yeah, enjoy.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
We should start where we said like you know how I got that book wrapped and whatever. We should send like sexy books to people with like candles and cigarettes and lube and you know like a little bullet.
what's a bullet?
It's like a vibrator.
Oh,
I think it is. I don't know what it is.
No, you're right. You are.
Okay.
You're right.
I just love that. You go to Cindy's so much that you know what a bullet is.
Well, one time I took Peyton. I had to go get a blow up doll for a bachelor party or something, and I took her to Forbidden Fruit down on like 6th Street, and she was like 2, but I didn't have a sitter. It was fine. What is she gonna remember? Anyway, yeah,
She's probably traumatized.
no, it's fine. Anyway, the person was like, "Can you lift her up and put her like above the counter?" I was like, "She does not know what any of this is. It's fine. I just need a blow up doll for so and so. He's getting married."
So funny.
Oh man.
Get over it.
Oh, Jody. Okay, what are y'all reading next?
I don't even know. I guess I'm gonna read.
Deceit.
We used to live here.
I did warn you guys. Like, you're going into it as eyes wide open as it can be. Like,
Wow, you prepared us. That's good.
You told me I need to read We Used to Live Here.
Yeah,
yes,
I read that as well. It's really good.
Okay, I'll read that one, and then I'll just see. I'll Reese Witherspoon another chance.
I love her book list. I have another recommendation. It's called Look Closer.
Okay.
I feel like I've seen that somewhere. I did also. I do book of the month. My cousin got me into book of the month. So I have. It's essentially like a book subscription. You pay. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but they'll send you. The reason I like it is because they have some pre-release books.
I love pre-release.
So yeah, but I liked it. That's where I got Beautiful Ugly.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my next one that I have there, I think it's called A Killing Cold. I think that's the next one I have. So that's my next non-sexy book, and then my next sexy book is called Twisted Love.
Twisted Love. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met a gal at the dog bar. It was great. We were both had our dogs, and we were both just sitting with our dogs and reading and drinking a beer. And so then we were like across from each other. So then we struck up a conversation.
Oh,
That's the series she was reading, so she recommended it. So I'm gonna try it.
good. We'll tell her to come join us on book club.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, let's sign off.
Texas.
Yeehaw!